Eh. I make this work. Well, gotta. What? Okay. Uh, make this work. Whoa. Ah, but I don't want to use this. Nope. It'll work eventually. Why is it? What? Ah, yes. Only the bar at the bottom. What wants to show? What the? What? Um. Any full screen application, and then this work? If it does, then that's good enough. Uh, why isn't it working? Oh, wait, it's probably my device settings. Uh, Hello, royalty-free music. Shut up. Oh, yes. Uh, okay, I'll just capture my entire display, and then like zoom. That okay, never. If this works, it works. go from. I like the texture that's added, but it really doesn't look. That was too at the cheekbone, so it kind of. Well, this whole thing looks weird. Look weird for what? If I made him. Oh, oh, okay, okay. I kind of like the look of that. It kind of looks fleshy. It kind of. This guy's actual design doesn't necessarily have to be killer because, uh, but I want him to give a very imposing appearance, and that's very off-putting. That's why I like this. I'm gonna try to give something to the other eye holes, a gross wrap filling. I don't know what to call it. Most of this is going to be baked into a texture maps, but uh, still want the. I don't want to, because I really stuff like disturbing, really. Very gross, nasty. I love gross holes in designs. They look gross. If you saw the Ghost and Sieve thing, this is meant to be a design for like an episode of that. Particularly, there's this evil organization that's a recurring kind of bad guy or bad, I don't know, recurring evil in the thing. And even though the story doesn't really take itself seriously, I want there to be least a couple serious moments. Because without them, then the story's basically nothing. And I don't want it to be nothing. Nothing then. Doesn't feel satisfying. Not sure how I like the way this just cuts off, so I'm gonna add more. Wasn't actually, but it's good. That adds a level of depth that I am very happy with. Yeah. When it comes to this guy, you're not really meant to understand him. So giving more information for this, because if I tell you what his deal is, then all the mystery's gone. Then you're just like, oh, I see, I understand this, but you shouldn't. Understanding it is the trypophobia type of look. No, I shouldn't put holes in the holes. I'm gonna go underneath the horn now. Hopefully, this gives the look I'm going for, but if this is to really say anything, then it will. If it does, then that's nice. Does it? Maybe I was a bit too saying that. I'll stick with it and see if this turns out decent. I hope it's decent. I don't want to look like shit. I need to round this off a little bit by pulling up the corner. It wrong because that, even though that's what made the smooth version of the design work out. Holes. Where else should I add some gross, nasty holes? Over here. Oh, over here. Start with the big ones and then fill in holes. How I've been doing. Been working pretty good at adding glass. This one seems. Oh, eventually. You guys meant to give old, gross cultist vibes. I think I've gone a little bit too far on the gross, but it's its own. Spookats Gaming. Yes. Well, Spookats Sculpting, really. Not really gaming right now. Kind of looks like a screaming face right here. Nose, the eyes and mouth. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't think I have a backup of it, do I? Oh, I have the skull version. um, I don't want to. I don't want to add the holes everywhere because if I do, then the design is a little bit overwhelming with detail, and I don't really want that. I kind of want it to accentuate the outer edges of certain parts of the body. As well, I don't really want. I don't really want them on places that look very explicitly fleshy because then it gets a little bit too far into the blurry bits. This is already pushing it a bit by adding it to the nose bridge. And I don't want it to look gory. I want it to look uh, disturbing for sure, but I don't want it to invoke free of like anything more than really just disease. That's a bit okay. Not disease. I don't want it to invoke anything other than just the gross feeling you get when you look at something or holy. Yeah. Um, the eyes. I'm thinking about whether or not they should have much texture on them, and I'm thinking that if they did, that it would look a little bit too disturbing. I'm probably going to go with something very black, kind of soulless. Because if it's people eyes, you can just imagine how disturbing people eyes would look like on this. Nope, not going to do that. Where's that? This one. Wonder how well this would work on the top. Not very well. That pushes it in. I don't want it to push it. How I can. The ears are looking a little bit neglected, but I don't really want to do much to them yet. Let's smooth out the. Uh, Only the head of this guy is really going to be visible. Otherwise, he'll be kind of hidden in oak. So I don't really want to have to sculpt what won't be shown. This guy is kind of the boss of the. That's too much information. No, this guy's kind of like the boss of the evil-looking organization thing. Originally, this was meant to be the character that a like guest actor, I'll call them, will be voicing on it, but really they did not like the design. So I'm repurposing it. Repurposing it. Is repurposing the right word? It sounds wrong right now. Repurposing. I think that's right. I'm repurposing the design and repurposing it. That doesn't sound right, but I'm repurposing it. Does not make it less genuine. This happens all the time with that Dark Souls. They do that all the time, or did, and well, their designs are cool anyway. People still care about the lore, even if on a meta level, a lot of it is repurposed because the only thing that matters is what's in the finished product. Everything else, it everything that isn't shown isn't there. There we go. And so, as long as it isn't like canon that this guy looks like an old version of the other character, then flattening out the brush, but also part away with this. Make this a little bit flatter. This. Oh yeah, the nice supple lips of this man. This. Oh, it's so gross. I love it. Oh, wow. Yep. Gonna change setting quick. Edit. Where is it? Thanks. Uh, nope. Where uh, uh, there we go. I'm gonna give this guy more or point also, or as like an extension of off of. Oh, that makes him look evil. I like that. Maybe off, but maybe pointed back. I don't know. I kind of like the like blank skull look on this guy. I should start working on the ears again. I hate sculpting ears. Such a pain. Because here's the thing: is that if I go too hard on the sculpting in Blender, it like pulls away from the other side, and I don't want that. Ooh, I don't want that. I want this divot here, this one here. I want this to... Oh, is it? Oh, I completely forgot to turn the display back on. Oh no! I'm... It was not meant to be black. Whoops. Pretend that never happened. Oops. Uh, you know, sometimes you just gotta forget everything that happened in the past 30 seconds, or up to. Sometimes that's just a fact of life. Sometimes, if you don't, you're gonna go to hell. I said it. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of these dots on the. Here's the thing about the ears is that they're very, but not easy to sculpt stuff in sculpt mode. Yeah, that's better. That's better ears. The anatomy doesn't really make sense, but it's if it's better, it's better. Elf ears never really had very accurate anatomy to begin with, what with their longness, but you gotta base them on something, and so instead of on an ear raising it from the top, I kind of push it out at the side, and that makes it so that it still curves in, but it also leaves a big open space. This guy looks like he gives long lobes energy, but I'm not really going to give him long lobes. Okay, I'll see what it looks like. Long lobes. See, that makes it feel too. I don't know how to put it. Like he's evil, and so I don't want to make him like he really looks like anything. He looks like this design that I've come up with. The top of the head's very empty. Let's see. Let's see what would happen if I just gave sides. The sad thing is that I really like body horror. Really like it, but if I go too far, then I won't be able to upload this fucking thing on YouTube. YouTube once warned me, gave me a strike warning for a video that was unlisted on my channel of me and my friends playing Assassin's Creed, and it was for like inciting violence because we were talking about killing the NPCs, like like they're not real. If it's something like giving a strike to a channel, it feels like too big of a deal to really automate the process, but they do. So definitely feels like a guilty interpretation of their system. Very very yucky, very gross, very stupid, very stupid. Also, there is like thousands of seconds of content uploaded to YouTube every second, so what can you kind of need it, but even it kind of sucks for the individual. One thing I don't get is the changes they're making to the UI because really changing things that aren't messed up doesn't about that. Is it a proverb? Is that the word? I don't fucking care. I'm gonna make the dots more. It's immediately obvious when you look at it that, but I don't want it to look artificial. I still want it to look like it's mirrored, but in the anatomical sense of it just has the natural bilateral symmetry instead of just being very obviously machine created. The symmetry, that is. I made this boy. Oh, but now it feels like I should have. Oh, I know how to fix this. Move. There we go. Also use some. Sufficiently, yeah, the back of this. Because of the remeshing, this whole mesh has the same. Yeah, runs too slowly. Oh, I just tried to flip the canvas. Love me some neck wrinkles. They look off. That's good. It means character will look off. Character, pretty obviously meant to look. If it looks real, good. It gives it more. How do I put it? Makes it more believable. I'm not gonna I'm not going to texture this with like hyper realistic photo based rendering because I that's not really what I'm going for. I'm going for a sort of hand painted look for this guy, even if I'm giving him super real. Because hand painting is a lot of fun. I'll also bring up forms like this. Really like that. Can't work with this enabled though because then it'll give an inaccurate idea of what it looks like. But what a yucky. Most, most of this likely isn't even going to be baked into something like a normal map, but into occlusion or you know used as the basis for as the basis for hand paint textures because mm, because I it's not the look I'm going for to have it look like all of this is geometry. It just won't fit with the style. When it comes to the ghost character, the original design was made with just a simple like mannequin rig, but I'm actually gonna model an entire character model for the character just because I like the idea of having a full model a lot more than what I was going for at the time with the sort of basic mannequin sort of you know jointed appearance. When it comes to the eyes, oh wow, I need to smooth the inside of that up. Or that is actually a lot cooler. That's actually a lot cooler than the other look. Okay, what would it look like if I scaled all the down? It looks sunken in. It actually looks okay. Okay, I like that. I like that. Uh, I think